Hello guys, welcome to my live. We're already off on a bad foot, but hey, it might be entertaining. And I've brought you guys a little treat for the quiz, okay? I'm going to be grading you harshly with sound effects, so watch out. And if you can't handle it, just leave or I'll block you, okay? So we can do Q&A and then I can grade you. I prepared some quiz materials. So we'll see how you guys fare, okay? So before we get into that, I can take a few Q&As, all right? And it's no holds barred tonight, okay? It's Truth Bomb Central, so you're living dangerously if you're here and you say obnoxious things. I will say what I think of them, and maybe you'll learn something. And maybe you won't put your foot in your mouth with another woman in the future. So, hey, it's a win-win. All right. So let's see what Simon Says This is saying. So he says, hey, been learning a lot from your content, and I definitely appreciate your insight. Hope you're doing well. Thanks, Simon. Just got one problem. There's this girl who's been sending me mixed messages, like badly. So we've known each other for a month, spent over a dozen hours talking. We flirted. She's been touchy. And she said indirectly that I'm exactly her type. Tall, long-haired, pretty boy who's intelligent. So one day she shuts the door in my face kind of mid-conversation and I'm confused. So I think it might be a shit test. And then a few days later, I go to her door and get up to her ear and, all right, don't leave us hanging because this is interesting. Well, we're waiting for Simon Says This. Oh, here we go. So I go to her door, get up to her ear, and whisper, I know we've been flirting. So if you ever shut a door in my face again like that, you can kiss this sweet ass goodbye. Oh my God, facepalm reacts so hard, Simon says. Okay. Is this the end of it? Keep going. How did she respond? You tried. So then Simon says, I lift her chin with my finger and I swear she was giggling. It's not the end. Okay, but have you had any contact with her since? How did she respond to that? Be honest. Wolf says, are you single, Victoria? No, I am not, Wolf. All right, well, we're just waiting for the end of Simon Says. And I'll give you a sound effect for that, Simon Says. And that's my sound effect. I'm sorry, but that was just so terrible. All right, here. So then Simon says this. So later, she's not feeling well, and I go out to get her food she wanted. While giving her the food, I then walk over to her in her room and kiss her on the cheek. She kind of gives an awkward giggle. All right, keep going. This is entertaining me so hard. All right, anyone else have any other questions while we're waiting to get the full picture from Simon Says? Okay. And guys, make sure like it has a question in it, okay? Unless you just want to share, and I guess that's okay too. All right. So Yvonne or Ivan says, are you going to be making more videos? I'm not sure, Ivan. I have one video that I really want to make. Okay. I don't think it will go over well, but it would be called 10 Signs You're No Longer Beta as Fuck. And there's actually 13 signs, and I have them listed out here. Okay. And it's about how to have alpha attitudes and stop thinking like a beta. Okay. Because I'm sick of it. Because it's crazy on my channel out there. Okay. And the attitudes you guys have, and not to be rude, but Simon Says you're displaying one of them, is not going to get you very far with women. Okay. So how would you guys like that video? I don't think it's going to be popular, but yeah, it will be helpful, I think, because you know what? Alpha guys don't think like this, and guess what? Beta guys, hook, line, and sinker, they do. So, okay. So Eric G, hey Eric G, what's up? Yourself. Wolf says, Victoria, can you say I love you in Arabic? Well, I don't know how to pronounce it. I wish I did, Wolf. I apologize for not knowing Arabic. It would be cool, very cool if I did. All right, so let's finish Simon's story, and then we'll get into the quiz, okay? So Simon says, well, actually, just tell us if you're done with the story before I just do parts of it. So, okay. All right, so we got to the end of Simon's story. So basically, he goes, all right, so he whispers, I know we've been flirting, so if you ever shut a door in my face again like that, you can kiss this sweet ass goodbye. All right, and to answer somebody else's questions, that is where the beta mistake lies. Then he lifts her chin with his finger. I swear she was giggling. It's not the end. So later, she's not feeling well, and I go out to get her food she wanted. While giving her the food, I then walk over to her in her room and kiss her on the cheek. She kind of gives an awkward giggle. She says as I'm leaving, she asks if we can play video games later. I say yes. Later that night, she sends me a long text. She says, "You violated major boundaries with me today." It goes on, and I've been kind of freaking out since. We've talked since then, but only with her ex there so she could feel safe. Yeah. I got chewed out bad, and I'm wondering how the hell did I mess this up with so many signs I thought meant something? Time together, her revealing an intense sexual fantasy to me, touchy, flirting. That's basically the end. Okay, Simon, yes. Well, I see some signs that are very bad in what you said, so perhaps she felt the same thing. So, first of all, okay, you've known each other a month, you're talking, you're flirting, she's touchy, she says you're your type. Seems like things are going well, okay? You guys have chemistry together. Then you said one day she shuts a door in your face, kind of mid conversation. I'm confused. Well, you have to go back to what happened directly before she shut the door in your face mid conversation. Because something you said, you don't understand what you did, but it offended and upset her. Okay? You interpret that as a shit test. That's your first mistake. Okay? Not every time a girl gets upset is it some kind of test. Sometimes she's just upset. She's offended. And being a man, you don't understand why because you don't understand what kinds of things upset girls and why. So you interpret it as a shit test, and this could be a huge mistake. Okay, so this is like, that's mistake number one. So you wait a few days, that's mistake number two. Okay, you should have tried to figure out what you said then and there that upset her. So mistake number three is you go to her door, okay, she's mad at you, and you kind of do almost like this grand gesture, I guess, which might be okay, but then you go to her door, you get up to her ear, so you get like really close to her when she's upset and mad at you. Perhaps that's mistake number three. And then mistake number four, which is the big whopper, okay, is you say, I know we've been flirting, so if you ever shut a door in my face again like that, you can kiss this sweet ass goodbye. So you, in this one, this is a beta mistake, okay? You combined what you thought was like alpha behavior, like respect me, bitch, with a very beta mentality, which is men are the prize. You can kiss me goodbye, and you can kiss my sweet ass goodbye. This is so feminine. This is so beta. This is something like a woman should say. This is like a Beyonce song you're singing right here. Okay? You don't say, kiss my ass, because you're on your knees groveling and begging. Okay? This whole men are the prize bullshit comes off as very beta to women. All right? And it's almost just like insulting and weird. And it's like, what the bro, you're not the prize. Like, how many options do you have? You have none. Okay? You have me. Versus this girl, she probably has multiple options. Okay? So who is really the prize? So this just comes off, it just comes off silly. It comes off weak. It comes off insecure. Which I'm sorry, because I know that like all the red pill people tell you guys, like, oh, men are the prize and whatnot. Okay. You guys should have self-esteem and self-respect. But just trying to dangle this whole men are the prize thing in front of a woman's face is not fooling anyone. So yeah, that was the big mistake right there. Then mistake, what are we on? Like number 5, you lift her chin with your finger and you swear she was giggling. This was probably like nervous, uncomfortable laughter. I mean, she definitely seemed like you're interpreting, you're just, it's like you're taking like swipes in the dark at what she's thinking. Like, I swear she was giggling. Was she giggling or not? Okay. So it sounds like she wasn't giggling. It sounds like she was like nervous and like uncomfortable, laughing perhaps. And this lifting her chin with your finger, I mean, this is something you do when you're having like sexual trust, sexual chemistry, like a date's just gone well. It's not something you do to somebody who is mad at you and offended and you have no idea why and you haven't talked to her in a couple of days. It's just a recipe for disaster. Okay, so that's recipe number 5. So then, again, she's giving an awkward giggle. That's not really a good sign, okay? And then finally, it seems like she was kind of trying to smooth things over by saying we can play video games later. But then the real truth came out. You violated major boundaries with me today, and she doesn't feel safe with you. Yeah, because you basically tried to be alpha when you did not have trust. She was upset. She was mad. And you weren't like at that level yet. Okay, to be able to just lift up her chin, yell at, just be like, kiss me goodbye, and like show up at her door unannounced. I don't know. It just sounds very bad. So Simon, I don't know if that helps, but there's a lot of mistakes I see. And you said she chewed you out bad. Yeah, it's just neither the time nor the place for this kind of like alpha mentality or attempt at an alpha mentality mixed with the beta, which is even worse. So, does that make sense? Simon says, what was I supposed to say? Okay, well, the first time she got upset with you, okay, you should have asked her, are you okay? I guess I'm not understanding something. You seem upset. Talk to me. Tell me about it. I want to hear you out. Okay, that's the way to like resolve something she's upset about. Okay, so all right, does it make sense? I'll give you one thing, Simon. You took a risk, okay, but the risk didn't happen to be the right move. Okay, but good for you for just kind of trying something. All right. So, all right, what question should we take next? Josh says, wouldn't a real alpha just have all this in their DNA, though? I've met some alpha men. They seem like they don't care about anything. Well, okay, Josh. People use the word alpha in like the loosest possible way, okay? Some men, they use like the whole alpha, sigma, beta, and the way they're talking about alpha is a guy who's loud and obnoxious, contrasted with the sigma, who's like Mr. Perfect, right? Yeah, other people think like alpha is like Arnold Schwarzenegger, like a guy who would like punch you in the head or whatever. But the way women are using alpha is just men who are good with women. Okay, and those people are not born. Maybe a small percentage are born, very small, and everybody else is created through education, study, experience, looksmaxing. Okay, so no, you don't have to be born to be an alpha. So Floyd Runner says, hi, Victoria. When are these women going to stop with lip flips, face fillers, stop the fakes? Any comment? Yeah, my comment is focus on your looksmaxing, Floyd Runners, and let women focus on theirs, and let the best man or women win, okay? And also, it's a very big male blind spot, and one that women are absolutely repulsed by. I will tell you this straight up. This is Truth Bomb Central tonight, guys. All right, so this is only stay if you can handle it. All right. Women absolutely hate when men comment on the things they're doing to try to look more attractive, and they protest and say, oh, but we love natural beauty and we hate makeup, we hate plastic surgery, when studies actually show that men prefer women who do plastic surgery and of course wear makeup, but they don't know that they've had plastic surgery and they don't know that they're wearing makeup. So beyond that, I'll just never mention anything about plastic surgery or anything about makeup and your preferences therein to a woman, because they're just gonna be like, shut the F up, dude. And it's like a beta tell. I'm not kidding, okay? But what I always say to you guys is focus on your own looksmaxing. because it makes a difference, okay? It makes a difference with women. You guys fucking love the women with plastic surgery as much as you guys protest. There is an effect in these studies that have been shown that if the man knows she's done plastic surgery, it kind of like decreases his interest in her. But when the man doesn't know and it's the exact same face, he loves it. They prefer them the most. They find them the most attractive. So maybe you're the exception, Floyd runners, but I just got to give you a truth bomb. Trust me, you don't want to be talking about how I love women without makeup. I love natural women. It's just annoying on multiple levels to women. Plus, it's a bit delusional. So, okay. So, Bandman says plastic toys are for fun, not for keeping. Again, this is a very, very beta mentality, bro. It's like, I want a woman who other men won't find attractive, so maybe I can keep her. You're basically betraying that you can't compete, that you're not alpha enough to be someone who could compete with other alpha guys. This just betrays the weakness, the insecurity, the fact that you know you're not in the running. Like, I really don't understand how you guys keep thinking this is making you look cool. Like, it's not fooling anyone. Floyd Runner says, most know it's gross to kiss. The filler shifts in the skin. Yeah, I mean, I agree. It can look really weird, okay? But it can also look really good. And I said what I said. So, what question are we going to take next? Who is brave enough to get called and insulted? So, Michael says, a girl gave me her number. We talked. It went well. I asked her on a dinner date. She said she texts when she's back from vacation. Told her we'd talk more over the date. She said, sounds good. Should I reach out? Yes, definitely you should reach out. Okay, never expect the girl to reach out, even if she said she'd text when she's back from vacation. In a girl's mind, you are the one who should be doing that. Okay, so yes, you should definitely reach out. 100%, no questions asked, Michael. Mike Stir 9 says, do you have a view on nofap and its effect on masculine energy? I don't, because obviously I don't have a penis. Okay, so I'll leave that one to you guys. All right, some people say it helps them, so I'm all for it. If it helps you, you don't have to do it, and I don't think it's like going to create some mystical energy, but perhaps it's really helpful for some people. So I'll leave it up to you guys to discuss amongst yourselves and Reddit and the nofap subreddit and whatnot. So, Adam says, I've seen guys that were nerds in their teens and they grow a beard, etc., and peak when they're in their 25 plus. Yeah, because they Looksmaxed. So, what? Okay, I cannot understand some of these questions like this. Pei Huan says, what women feel in case a man they like is who rejects them. So basically, what do women feel when a man they like rejects them? It hurts the ego, okay? It's upsetting, feels very bad. Depending on the woman, it can feel all the way from horrible, extreme heartbreak to mildly bad. And hey, there's probably some people who like don't even care about rejection at this point, but they're rare. All right, guys. So if there's no more questions, let's get on to the quiz. Okay? Bizrex says, what do you mean go from beta to alpha? Okay, well, in my terminology, betas are guys who do not do well with women and who have internalized very negative beliefs, which basically forbid them, which basically make it so they will never do well with women. Okay, because anytime they either act on those beliefs or they talk about those beliefs, women are repulsed and repelled. Okay, and an alpha is a guy who does well with women, and he has a mentality that women like, that women are attracted to, that women are not disgusted by, that women are not like repelled by when they reveal their attitude. So it's basically a guy who women like physically, mentally, socially, and perhaps some other ways. So AH says, do women actually get rejected or just strung along forever? They get rejected because a lot of times the people reject women for sure. Like straight up blunt rejection, absolutely. So Royal Styles asks a question and he says, like, I'm 5'6", like, can I attract beautiful women or not? Yes, you can, okay? There's many guys out there who are short and they attract women. However, do they usually have something kind of extra going for them? Do they have to kind of compensate in some way? Sometimes, yes. For example, like David Spade or whatever. He's like 5'6", right? He's a celebrity. So maybe they're high status, maybe they have exceptional social skills, maybe they have exceptional understanding of the female gaze, maybe they've Looksmaxed exceptionally well for 5'6", because yeah, it's a disadvantage, okay? A lot of women are looking for tall guys. So the heightism is real. But does that mean it's impossible? No, but you're gonna have to kind of like really work hard to be attractive in other ways. So it's not over, but it's, you're not going to have the most easy path to success like some guy who's 6'5" might have. And I'm not saying it's going to be totally easy for him, but he will have an advantage. Women will just be drawn to like some tall dude. I don't think you should give up. Of course not. There's many, many guys out there who are 5'6", who are married, who have girlfriends, who have women, but, they've got something going for them. And it doesn't have to be status. It could just be you understand women. Women like you. You got good personality skills. You got good understanding of the female gaze. You got money, okay? That's another one. Tyke Smith says, there's a calculation for how much money a short man has to earn to make up for not being tall. It's in the 100,000 plus range. Yeah. Tall people. Don't they just like make more money in general, like due to the halo effect? Bizrack says, your channel helped me understand how self-centered women really are. Such a fucking annoying comment. I'll be completely honest with you, Bizrack. If that's all you've taken from my channel, then you wanted to believe it, and now you believe it. So why are you here? Why are you trying to learn more? You hate women, you just think they're self-centered, and now you're just like trying to fuck them. Go to some pickup artist channel. Seriously. Because on this channel, I'm actually trying to help you understand and have empathy for women. And if nothing I've put out has helped you to do that, then I don't think it ever will. So yeah, just go to some pickup artist channel where you're just trying to fuck women and bolster your insanely low self-esteem. Okay. Eric says, Vic, I had a question above with a bit of context about calling a girl up on a date. What is the question, Eric? All right. BizRex says, I didn't say all that though, lol. Yeah, I know you didn't. But reading between the lines, what you said is insulting and it's obnoxious. What if I said, well, whatever. All right, guys, let's go on to the quiz, okay? Although you guys are annoying me. So, Mucho Gracias says, why so mad today? Breathe, friend. I won't. All right. CVN says, I still don't understand how women think what they want. What's an alpha? Okay, well, I just explained what's an alpha earlier on this live. Did it not make sense? Because I literally just told you. Watched your videos, but it always fails. Okay, what did you specifically try? Because my videos are on a range of different topics. Some of them aren't even things you can try. It's more like concepts. I do X. What did you specifically do? I don't do X. It doesn't matter. Okay, well, you probably need like some personalized feedback, okay? Because maybe you're not Looksmaxed. Maybe you're just annoying people every time you open your mouth. I don't know. There could be like a range of things you're doing. I don't even know what you tried, what you did, so you could give us more insight. Hello, Lisa. We got a woman on this live. Welcome, Lisa. I'm in an exceptionally bad mood today, Lisa, so I'm giving hardcore truth bombs. So watch out. Don't worry, I won't be giving them to you, but you'll see. All right. But you're actually making me feel better now. There's actually a woman on here who can give us her second opinion. She can counter my opinion. If she thinks I'm being too harsh, she can say, whoa, 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 whoa. I love men. What are you saying? So we'll see. All right. Okay. Hedonese says, why are you in a bad mood? Okay, I'll be completely honest, Hedonese. I've had it up to here with some of the comments I've been getting on this channel. So, all right. First pop quiz item. All right. Well, okay. I spoke too soon because we got a question about the strippers. CVS PBR. Hi, CVS. He says, hey, Victoria, I've never been to a strip club, so what's the allure of strippers? Are strip clubs good bars? Is stripping good performance? Is it still sexy enough even though you can't touch? Okay, CVS, first of all, why don't you go to a strip club? Check it out. How about that? It'll be a fun experience. Trust me, I think you'll like it. Second question, are strip clubs good bars? Not really. I mean, I don't really know what constitutes a good bar, but I mean, the drinks are like ridiculously overpriced usually, unless you go to some local dive bar strip club. So it's not really about the bars. Is stripping good performance? Yes, it can be. Okay. It's really like, wow, it's like entertaining. You're seeing naked dancing girls, and some of them are amazing dancers. Some are not. Okay. But sometimes, depending on if the strip club has good dancers, it can be amazing. Yeah. Is it still sexy enough even though you can't touch? Well, here's the thing, okay? They always say you can't touch, but there's different policies at different strip clubs, and a lot of touching goes on at certain strip clubs. So this whole you can't touch thing, a lot of times you can't touch. Sometimes you can't, okay? It depends on the place, Depends on how strict they are. And it also depends on the individual dancer and what they're comfortable with and what their boundaries are. So, yeah, but I would just go and check it out. And make sure to tip, otherwise you will not have a good experience. I'll guarantee you that. 1 second, guys. Okay. JD says, yo, sup V, why delete your lives? Well, I have like hundreds of them up on the channel. Like, can I delete like a couple? Or do I have to leave them all up? I mean, there's literally like probably thousands of hours at this point of my lives. Well, Lisa says, Victoria, I think you should address how the comments are annoying you. Well, Lisa, as I kind of teased earlier, I have made a new video content. All right. 10 signs you're no longer beta as fuck. All right. And it's basically beta attitudes and how to substitute them with alpha attitudes. And I have been getting nonstop beta attitudes, and it's tiresome. It's very tiresome. I'll tell you that. I've just been blocking everyone because I'm annoyed with them. All right. Everyone who annoys me to like in deep level, I just block. But that's a lot of people. All right. Everyone else who's just mildly irritating and annoying, I let them stay. Okay. All right. So shall we do the first quiz? Guys, let me know if you want to do quiz time or you want to keep continuing with Q&A. All right. And watch out, guys, because as I told you, you may be harshly graded. I may laugh at your answers. Okay. If you get an A+, I will do this. I will clap for you. Okay. But if you're really bad and you get an F, you may be humiliated. So do you guys want to do Q&A or do you want to do quiz? Henny says, you are outnumbered massively by the red pill guys and manosphere influencers online. They really seem to dominate YouTube regarding dating and whatnot. Absolutely. I completely agree with you. Okay, so we got some for Q&A, some for quiz. We got a couple more quiz. Okay. Royal Styles, you should never KMS. Never, ever. No, absolutely not. It's absolutely absurd and ridiculous. 100% no. Okay. You just might need to invest more heavily in your education and learning. Like maybe you should hire a dating coach. Like, you know, would you consider that? Okay. I'm not even saying you should hire me. Maybe you should hire someone better than me. Maybe you should go to the top if you can, okay, and hire someone like fucking amazing. But invest in it, take it seriously, because you may have, you know, a height disadvantage. Hey, we got Nani. He's voting for quiz. Well, welcome, Nani. And he says, sorry you're going through all the beta hate comps. Thank you, Nani. GD, what does this mean? Not to be racist, but Indians should be off from any dating coach. I have no idea what you mean by that. Explain. Lisa says, Victoria, I love your sound effects. You put so much value into these talks. Oh, thank you so much, Lisa. I will accept the compliment. I'm not sure I agree, but thank you so much. It's more really for my entertainment, also just hanging out with you guys, which is fun for me, and also getting some of my anger out, which is great for me. But also, I do try to school you guys a little bit, not you, Lisa, because since you're a woman, you already know these things, I'm sure. But the men, I try to teach them a little bit with the quizzes. All right. So, okay. All right, we're going to do some quizzing. All right, talk amongst yourselves while I prepare the first quiz question. All right. First post, guys. Wait. All right, let's warm up with an easy one. All right, guys, this is a really easy one, okay? So this is a screenshot. All right, so this guy's going, come over to my place then this weekend. This girl goes, maybe we could go out first, get to know each other. He says, nah, haha, down to hang though. Was this cool or not? Do you think that this girl went out with him? Do you think this is good, like F-boy behavior? Do you think it increased her attraction to him? Do you think he ended up having sex? Or do you think that by going out with her, he could have increased his chances of having sex? Okay. What do you think of this strategy? Just come over to my place. It seems like they haven't met. Okay. Or maybe they met at the club or something. But she says maybe we could go out first and get to know each other, implying that she doesn't really know him yet. Nah, haha, down to hang out. Down to hang though. All right. Pretty easy one, guys. So just get your answers in. Was it good or bad? What should he have done, or was it fine? And, this one's actually a little bit ambiguous, but we'll see. And yeah, as Lisa is prompting me to think, was he rejected, or did she go over and jump on his dick? Let me know, guys. Get your answers in. This is just a warm up. It's going to get a bit harder. All right. So you guys are saying Nick says nope. Lando, nope. ATG, nope. ATG says no game. Faye says no chat, avatar, no date, lol. Lisa says no, he was probably rejected because of his stupid attitude. JD says nope. Q-Man says lazy. Dollar Trifecta says he hung with himself. Yes, reminds me of the song You plus Your Hand Tonight, right? Lando says almost as he had no care for her in the world. Aiden says bro screwed up. Mucho Gracias says not cool, LMAO. Okay. Chief says he's just trying to fuck. Yeah, but if he was trying to fuck, Chief, did he fuck or did he not? Let's be real. Jules Video Archive says, I'm surprised she even responded, for real. Yeah, I agree. That's what's so interesting about this one, I think, is that this girl seemed like eager to meet him. Do you know what I mean? Like, she wanted to meet this dude because she's literally asking him, maybe we could go out first, get to know each other. She's basically saying, guys, and I'm going to reveal the answer right now, which is, if you get to know me, like, basically I'm not saying for sure, but she's almost making it seem like I would fuck you. I just want to get to know you first. I just want to meet in public first. I just want to, like, feel a little bit of safety, like, but he couldn't even give her that. So yeah, she posted it in a group and she was just like, wow, like, for real. So my point here is, and I don't think any of you guys are going to have this attitude because you pretty quickly were just like, what the hell? But this is not smart, okay? Sometimes a girl, she might want to fuck you. So if you want to have sex, meet her in public first. Get to know her. Make her feel safe. Make her feel comfortable. And then a girl might feel comfortable enough to come back to your place and have sex, okay? But if you take this like insanely lazy attitude, you're not having sex a lot of times, okay? I'm not saying no guy who acts like this, let's say he's like insanely good looking, a girl might be desperate enough she'd come over anyway. But in general, okay, don't be so lazy that if a girl says that she wants to meet in public, she wants to go out first, she wants to meet each other, The attitude that I think that a guy who's actually good with women would be like, of course, because he knows he is going to be good enough and good with women on that meeting to escalate and make her feel like coming back to his place after she's felt comfortable with him. All right, so perhaps that's too obvious for you guys. Seems like you all got it right, but I am giving you guys pretty much all A pluses on that one. Very good, guys. All right, and let's just read the last answers. Let's see if anyone got it wrong. Sumo's research, you're about to be blocked, okay? I'm giving you one more chance because I know you're probably just, some beta guy out there trying to neg me because you think it's cool and you think it'll make you look good. It doesn't. It annoys me. I'm about to block you, but I'm giving you one more chance because I know how you guys are. So, Ty says, no, he should have suggested they meet for a cheap date. Yeah, and I mean, you don't have to emphasize the cheap, but he should have suggested they meet and do like whatever she wanted to do. Basically, she wants to go get dinner, sure. She wants to go get a drink, sure. She wants to meet, take a walk, sure. So Nani says, definitely not. She probably read that like, oh, you don't want to get to know me about my values and intelligence? No, thanks. 100%, Nani. That is very good female gaze because that is the kind of thing that a woman would be translating that into her head to. That's what I would be thinking. I'm like, he's literally telling me to my face, he does not care about getting to know me. He does not see me as a person other than, a validation check or whatever. So, as my male gaze coach says. So, yeah, very, very dumb. What you said was good, though, Nani. So, okay, very good, guys, very good. Next quiz will not be so easy, so watch out. Just Takina says, but why is she willing to have sex, though, when not even dating? Because, Just Takina, women have sex drives, too. Okay? She probably saw this guy as, like, highly attractive when they met briefly or at the club or wherever they met. She liked him. She was attracted to him. But they don't want to have casual sex with people who they feel unsafe with, who they feel don't even give them, like, bare minimum of respect. Okay? So if she does want to have casual sex with you, this guy's, like, crushing it. It's like, I really wanted to have sex with you, but now I can't. Now I have to find someone else because you won't even give me like the bare minimum of respect and decency. So this is a good way to crush somebody who actually wants to have casual sex with you, which is a pretty rare situation in the first place. So yeah. Hey, we got Life in the Buff, who super chatted me very generously. Thank you so much. And he says, hi, Victoria, keep up your great work. I'm happy to see your continued efforts, sharing your wisdom to help men increase their value to women, attract a partner, enhancing their life through creating genuine connection. Wait. I didn't mean to laugh at you. Horrible. Okay, I wanted to give you a better sound effect. That's terrible, too. Okay, thank you so much, Life in the Buff. I really appreciate it. That is so nice. Very thoughtful. It means a lot. It really does. And I really appreciate it. And yeah, I haven't seen you for a while, Life in the Buff. How has Life in the Buff been? What have you been up to? Thank you very much. Oh, gosh. Okay, guys. And Life in the Buff, if you have any questions, let me know because I'm going to answer yours for sure. All right, before we go to the next quiz. Okay. So, Baxter Maxter says, thanks for the blind spots video. Okay, Baxter Maxter, I appreciate that. I'm glad you liked it. Was there any in particular you liked? All right, next quiz. All right, this is kind of a tricky one, guys, okay? But it's just a simple agree or disagree, okay? The infamous Mae West, okay, said, there are no good girls gone wrong, just bad girls found out. Okay, I'll say it one more time. There are no good girls gone wrong, just bad girls found out. What does it mean to you, and is it true or false? Okay, because I think this can portray a very important concept which many guys fail miserably to realize. Okay, so what does it mean to you, and is it true or false? There are no good girls gone wrong, just bad girls found out. True or false? Get your answers in. So, Adam Rock says true. Spirit says true. Baxter Maxter says yes, yet another. A man who hesitates is a damn fool. Yes. Mae West, she was quite the wit. She seemed to have just an endless supply of like incredible one-liners. I mean, she would have done a great live. Can you only imagine? Like, if she was on YouTube, she would have for sure had like millions of followers. Well, she was a celebrity, so she would already have had millions of followers, but yeah, for sure would be a social media sensation. So Bizrex says true. Vernon says true. Q-Man says no idea. Why is that, Q-Man? That's interesting. So then JD says true. There are no true good girls, prudes. Well, it's interesting you are equating good girls and prudes. But yeah. So Spare Rib says for the right guy, true. Okay, yeah, this is the kind of attitudes I wanted to bring out because we need to educate. So Aiden says agree. People really change. Douglas says so true. Jules Video Archives, he's giving me a good answer here. Let's see what he says. He's giving me a good long answer. No girl is good or bad. It is a lot more complicated than that. It means to me that there's qualities that you find out later that you didn't think were there, probably because you didn't vet her good. Oh! I'm not going to grade you yet. Lando on Fleek says, I get it, but I'm trying to explain it. Nani says, false, lol, JK, true. Okay. Tyke says, true. A girl is going to do what a girl wants to do. Samuel says, agree. Truth. You guys are all saying true, but I'm getting the picture that the reason you're saying true is not very good. Mucho Gracias says, false trauma is real. What does that mean there? So you guys are agreeing. Parv is calling me Jurassica. Do I have to block you too, Parv? Jessica. My name's not Jessica. JD says, don't delete this live. Oh, well, I'm not sure, JD, because I'm going pretty hard in this live, especially before the Q&A, coming down hard on people. But so Spare Ribs says they want to do dirty things with a guy they're attracted to. All right. Well, technically, perhaps correct. I don't like the way you phrase that, Spare Ribs, but, you know, I cannot dock any points, but I'm not going to give you the high marks. Eric says, I don't really look at it in terms of good/bad girl. It just means some are more open about their sexuality than others. Very good, Eric G. Okay. All right, guys, you got your answers in. Let's go over this, all right, and why it's important for your education in the female gaze. So there are no good girls gone wrong, just bad girls found out, okay? Well, in the male gaze, right, in one of the male blind spots, you guys kind of idealize women as, you know, oh, she's a good girl, but she'll be bad for the wrong guy or whatever, you know, oh, she's a virgin, so she's not going to be sexually promiscuous. She's not going to be tempted by other men. She's not going to ask of all these like dirty kinks that I don't know how to do and I'm intimidated by. And I can't fucking do that. I'm just vanilla. But the thing is, guys, women have a sexuality, women have a sex drive, and I think I've read studies that don't quote me on this, but it seems that women are a bit more kinky, to be honest, than men are, okay? Or they're kinky in a different way, okay? They have their certain kinks, what they're really into. For example, if you look at romance novels, okay, they're fucking chock full to the brim of kinks. And, is porn full of kinks? Yes, there's kinky porn and everything, but sometimes it's pretty hard to find, isn't it? A lot of it you might call kinky if you're just using the broadest possible umbrella terms, but a lot of it's just like straight up sex and looking at the body, right? So that's why I'm saying women are more kinky than men. You could debate that with me, okay? But the point of this quote is don't take this mentality of, oh, she is a good girl and I corrupted her. Women have the sexuality on their own, okay? Women are having kinks, they're having like dirty fantasies. Not every single one, but a large majority. Okay, they have like dirty stuff they want to do, and that's just in a sex positive lens called having a sex drive. Okay, and I want you guys on my channel to be sex positive, to get rid of the beta sex negative attitudes, okay, and simply embrace and understand that women deep down, okay, they might not feel comfortable talking about it. They might not feel safe exploring it yet with a guy, but they are quite often fantasizing about really dirty stuff. So this idea that many like teen boys have of this kind of like fluffy bubblegum angel who never has a dirty sexual thought is completely false. Okay? So the sooner you guys understand that, the sooner you guys can maybe feel more comfortable with your own sexuality. It's like, I have dirty thoughts, I have dirty fantasies, she has dirty fantasies. You know what I'm saying? And the sooner you can understand that just because a woman is not coming out with like a vag pic or whatever and like trading it with you for your dick pic does not mean that she does not have dirty sexual fantasies. That's just part of having a sexuality, having a sex drive, and it's normal, it's natural. Be sex positive, please, or you're just going to telegraph the beta. I'm sorry, like, it's so true. The more a guy talks about, like, some fake version of what he thinks a woman should be, and a safe version is just the more he just telegraphs he doesn't know about women. He doesn't understand the thing that most guys who are good with women understand is that because they've had a lot of sex with women and they understand that women have dirty fantasies. Women like sex. Okay. They're not going to necessarily reveal that because they won't feel safe, but women have a sex drive, women have a sexuality, and guess what? It's pretty kinky and it's pretty dirty at times. Not for every single person, okay? Some people are asexual, some people are gray sexual, some people are demisexual, but people who are sexual, people who are heterosexual, and have a average to high sex drive, they're probably going to have some dirty fucking fantasies, okay? So, does it make sense to you guys? What do you think? Yeah. So, let's see what you guys said. CVS says, in life in the buff. Okay, we'll just quickly do his question. I work front desk at a gym, and because of you, I understand the female gaze. Any conversation tips to ask a woman out on a date without it not being awkward because of my position at work? Perhaps like you could just do kind of some small talk, like, and get to know the person, and then if they mention something, or you can kind of bring it to like, oh, do you like sushi or whatever? And if she's like, oh, I love sushi, you could just suggest something kind of like through the conversation, like, oh, there's this really great place. Like, I'd love to take you out to it sometime. And then she's like, oh, that would be awesome. Then just be like, put your number in my phone, basically. So my point is, like, if you're just seeing these people all the time, you can kind of develop like more of a rapport and a connection. And then you can kind of just ask like a more casual thing, like, oh, let's like, do you like this food? Or, oh, you like going to concerts? Like, I heard there's a great concert, kind of thing. So you can kind of just do it that way. Cause that, I mean, I think that's kind of natural and conversational. And then if she's like, oh no, I can't, you can just be like, okay, no problem, kind of thing. Like, and just continue being really friendly. But yeah, I feel like you have kind of a advantage because you're able to see them frequently and develop rapport and get to know them a little and what they like. And you can kind of tailor the date based on that. What do you think, Lisa? Because if Lisa's still here, she could give you some good advice as well. So George said, Victoria, what happened to your boyfriend? I recall when the two of you did a live Q&A. Well, guess what? He's still here. Okay? Beardo. Check out his channel, Beardo Speaks YT. His video is great, has almost 100,000 views. Okay. So let's see. Did you guys have any other comments on this one? Big Suck says, my wife loves what you turn me into. Wonderful. KG says, very insightful. Lisa says, Victoria, I agree. Just by being more and more friendly with the woman, he will see whether she is receptive to him. I like that, Lisa. Good point. Very good point. To life in the buff. All right, guys. So if you have no more comments on the sex positive quiz question, let's go on to the next quiz question. And Lisa, do you agree with that? Do you agree with that one? I'm curious. All right. Speaking of sexual fantasies, guys, explain this. All right. Here we go. This is from a Facebook group, and a woman is writing, guys, I need books with self-assured, in control, powerful men. Men who are scary smart, controlled, calculating, and strategic. Always a step ahead of everyone else, possessive and dominant. They take charge and they know what they're doing. Preferably age gap, but nothing crazy. So my question to you for this next quiz question is, why, to the best of your ability, would you say she wants that? Why is she into it? All right, I'll read it one more time. Guys, I need books with self-assured, in control, powerful men. Men who are scary, smart, controlled, calculating, and strategic. Always a step ahead of everyone else, possessive and dominant. They take charge and they know what they're doing. Preferably age gap, but nothing crazy. So why does she need books with this guy? All right. There's multiple levels to this question, but why is she searching for books with this character? Okay, that's my question to you. This is probably the hardest one we've ever done. And I don't even know if it has an answer, but it has answers. You know what I mean? So I'll read it one more time. Get your answers in. Guys, I need books with self-assured, in control, powerful men. Men who are scary smart, controlled, calculating, and strategic. Always a step ahead of everyone else. Why would she want that? Possessive, what? And dominant. They take charge, but men are the prize, so women should come to them, right? So why would they want a guy who takes charge? And they know what they're doing. Preferably age gap, but nothing crazy. All right, get your answers in. Why does she want books, multiple books, with characters like that? Get your answers in. All right. So let's see what we got. Hello, Evan Wells 1. So, Life in the Buff says thank you. Let me know how it goes, Life in the Buff. Okay. All right, let's start with it. So Samuel77 says she wants a daddy. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to give you a B plus because I'm feeling generous today, Samuel, because I don't really think those are the traits that describe daddy, but there's different kinds of daddies, okay? Some daddies are very controlling and rather, powerful and abusive, so maybe that's this daddy character, but in general, I think like in kink, a daddy usually mixes kind of a more nurturing, softer, emotional side with these traits. So I'll give you a B plus, all right? Hello, Gustavo. So then JD says, craves masculinity, craves to be feminine, craves to be dominated. Yes. I'm going to give you an A for that, okay? It's simple, but you're right. Vernon O says, because she is submissive. All right, you're not wrong, Vernon O, okay? She clearly is a sub who wants to feel a dom mentally, okay? So Spare Rib says hypergamy plus dark triad traits. Well, yes, I know that's kind of how like the red pill describes it. I don't like it, okay? I'm going to give it a B minus, okay? You're not wrong, but it's like dark triad traits. What is that? Why? I don't know. So Muchas gracias says female sub fantasy. Yep. Evan Wells 1 says this is why women like capitalists. Interesting. Okay, yeah, I think so. Lando on Fleek says she wants to learn about a real man. But are real men really like this? I don't know. Faye Gao says masculinity. JD says violent in the bedroom, princess out in the streets. Well, he doesn't sound violent. He is self-assured, in control, controlled, calculating, strategic. He's not just like, some kind of like violent psychopath or whatever. Well, I guess it is, more of a psychopath kind of trait to just be calm and in control. But he's definitely not like an emotionally out of control, violent person in that respect. Not like the character my boyfriend plays in the bedroom. That's for sure. So AH says that's a great description of a woman perspective. Alpha. Yes, I agree, AH. Yeah. So where were we? Eric G says, my answer, she wants a man who knows what he wants in every facet of his life, a daddy essentially. Yeah, I feel like you guys are using daddy a little loosely here. This is not really daddy energy necessarily. This is more like businessman dom energy or like Christian Grey energy. Christian Grey is not like a daddy, you know what I mean? A man who also can make her feel sexually safe, authentic, not judged, and liberated. I guess, yeah. Chrome says she's fantasized about that man. That goes without saying. Aidnell says it's the alpha that is obsessed with her, alpha in love, as you called it in the past. Well, he doesn't seem in love with her from this description. Okay? He's just the alpha. He's just alpha alone. Okay? So Barry says her fantasy is an alpha, which is about 1 in a million. First of all, let's go to David Gonzalez. He's super chatting me. He says, hello, Victoria. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much, David Gonzalez. I really appreciate it. Great to see you again. And I'm curious on your thoughts on this. Thank you so much again for super chat. Very kind of you. Very generous. I appreciate it. So I'll look for your answer in the chat, David, if you put one in. Barry says, her fantasy is an alpha, which is about 1 in a million. No, it's not 1 in a million. That's a very common error that you guys make, all right? It's not one in a million, okay? A guy that a woman wants to have sex with, he's basically alpha enough in her mind, okay? She's seeing him as alpha. So it's not one in a million. Lisa says, I would say because it makes her feel she can relax around him and feel safe. Knowing what they're doing means he is competent. Very amazing insight into the female mind you are getting from Lisa, a certified female, guys. Yes, I agree. That is a huge part of it. Okay. That's a great answer to the question of why. I got to give you an A plus for that. So being self-assured, in control, scary smart, controlled, calculating, and strategic sexually can make a woman feel safe. Okay. He has to be making her feel safe as well. But yes, those qualities can make a woman feel safe. And also the scary smart, one step ahead of everyone else, as Lisa was saying, knowing what they're doing means he is competent. And this is something women are also attracted to 100%. Okay. So Blue Bug says it's a good thing she wants books and not a man because those guys are chilling by themselves now. You know what? I don't think you're wrong. Okay. The most common people who have these kind of characteristics, they could be, let's just say, on the cluster B spectrum, the sociopaths, psychopaths, right? But those are not the only people who have those traits. Okay. So Zarvet says, so she can train her boyfriend. That would be nice, right? Eric G says, women love men who are vulnerable enough to admit he will make her his woman. She'll feel not loved, but also desire. I guess I agree, Eric, but it depends. So Lando says she wants to play with herself as she reads them. Possibly she might masturbate, yeah, because it's her sexual fantasy, but it's kind of weird. So it's not weird to masturbate, but it's weird that like you're just stating kind of the obvious that this is her fantasy and this fantasy could make her come, yes. So anyway, Barry says reality is completely different. I mean, honestly, my boyfriend is self-assured. He's in control, he's powerful, he's scary smart. He's not always controlled, but he is calculating and strategic. He's not always a step ahead of everyone else, but often. Possessive in the bedroom, yes, and dominant in the bedroom, yes. Take charge in the bedroom, yes. Know what they're doing in the bedroom. For the most part, yes. And there's an age gap. So, yeah, is it just like one in a million? Nobody's like that. Yeah, there's a lot of guys like that. So, and you can learn to be more like that. All right. So, Bizarre says, I've heard so many women express their disdain for controlling and possessive men. Is this common? All right, here's what you guys need to understand. All right. This is a sexual fantasy. Okay. So basically, when a woman is very turned on, you know, the runway, right? When she's kind of like 75% to like 100% on the runway, she's turned on, she will start perhaps the motor with the sexual fantasies will start like kicking into overdrive. All right. If she's not turned on, if she's at work, okay, if she's just kind of like trying to hang out with her friends at the park, does she want some controlling and possessive guy to come up to her and start trying to be like sexual with her? No. Okay. This is something you work up to, you escalate towards, you go on a date to progress towards, okay? You get in the bedroom and you develop trust to allow people to feel safe enough to express and explore their darker sexual fantasies. So it doesn't just automatically transfer like, oh, she likes being, let's say, choked in the bedroom. So let me just go up to a woman in the park and start choking her. Like, come on now. It's just ridiculous. And so, yes, women are going to be expressing their disdain for controlling and possessive men because they don't want a controlling and possessive man outside of their sexual fantasy, outside of a consensual sexual experience with someone they trust, respect, and like. Like, this should be kind of more obvious than it is, but I will not say anything. So, yeah. So, Spare Rib says, there's a reason for my earlier answers is to give men an evolutionary advantage to be cunning, dark triad traits. Eric says, okay, when I say daddy, I don't mean the sociopath. I mean a man who balances the dominance with tenderness. Yeah, in this quote, I'm not saying, in this description, I'm not saying tenderness, but okay. Samuel Simon says that she wants to turn off her brain and be directed. She won't second guess someone who is self-assured. I know people say this a lot. I think it's just kind of like the easy explanation for why people like submissive fantasies and dominance. I don't really agree with it. It's like, do you want to turn off your brain? I guess, kind of, not really. Not, I don't know, not for me. Maybe for some women that truly is the main thing that attracts them about submissive fantasies. But I mean, turning off her brain, that's kind of like a side effect. Like, I wouldn't really say that's like the primary motivator or like cause. It's something that is nice to experience, perhaps, like going into subspace. But it's like, does subspace cause submissive fantasies? It's just, well, I don't know if that made sense, but yeah. So, yeah. So H says, should I tell women that I'm reading, so tell me about the last time you had sex and my general background and problems? I think I'm tackling it in a pretty smart way. Is that alpha or too meta? Well, it depends, okay? If you've already developed trust and like the topic of sex comes up, that's one thing, okay? But if it's just kind of like a new person and you're trying to get the conversation to sex, I would not bring it up, okay? But if it just comes up naturally because like you're discussing like sexual fantasies, like you could mention it for sure. So um so Samuel77 says, if women don't like it outside the bedroom, how does a man let her know that he's like that in the bedroom before they get there? Well, Samuel77, you have to do the basic dating etiquette correctly. And if you do that, she will assume you are like that. Okay? She will assume. She won't necessarily know, oh, this guy's fucking awesome in the bedroom, but she will assume that just like you're able to take the lead on the date, you're able to take the lead in the bedroom according to her comfort level. So it's not something you can like bribe women with, like, oh, did you know I'm like really alpha and dominant? Yeah, so you should pick me and you should have sex with me. Like, I think you'll really like my dick. Like that comes off very beta. You don't need to say that. It's showing, not telling. It's just doing the basics of dating correctly in the way that women expect. And then they think, oh, this guy is alpha. This guy is dominant. This guy takes the lead. This guy takes charge. This guy knows how to plan a date. This guy knows how to make me feel comfortable and safe. This guy isn't, super like nervous and insecure. This guy in the bedroom will also not be nervous and insecure. This guy will be able to allow me to relax and enjoy the submissive fantasies I have. Or if they're not ready to explore their submissive fantasies, just relax and enjoy sex with him. So does that make sense? It's not something you can like dangle like a carrot. usually. So, where were we? Samuel says, she's tired of always being a step ahead. She wants someone she could brag about. Yeah, I think that's a good point. I do think that's a good point. Women do feel kind of like a step ahead of men a lot, honestly. Um, so, XL Sub says, what is your opinion of male subs? As a man, I actually prefer being a sub because being dominant is too much responsibility, too much to live up to. Yes, XL Step, like, I get it. I like being a sub too. I'd prefer to be a sub too. What is my opinion of them? Like, I think they're great, but I think that it's just gonna be a hard time in the heterosexual dating world because a lot of women wanna be the subs, you know what I'm saying? So, do I think you should, like, hire dominatrixes? Absolutely. Do I hope that you find a switch or even a dom? Absolutely, but they're extremely high in demand, okay, because there's not many of them. So, yeah, like, I have nothing against them. I don't think there's anything wrong with them. I think it's great. I think it's cool. I get it, but it's gonna be difficult. It's not gonna be easy to find. So yeah. Okay. Then Samuel 77 says, but I heard if a guy does dating etiquette, she puts him in a provider category and waits longer and be more egalitarian, where she'll have hookups and friends and benefits and get more submissive. With who? With who? A guy who does like what we did on the first pop quiz, just like, nah, come over to my place and like, here's my dick pic, and like, I'm not going to take you out on a date. A lot of times, those guys do not get any girls coming over to their house. I mean, yes, if you're looks maxing so hard where you look like a male model or you're a celebrity or you're like extremely high status, maybe, but just if you're just kind of like an average guy and you're not going super hardcore in those areas and you're just expecting, while you offer nothing to the girl, she's just gonna like be knocking on your door and trying to what's the word, like rip your door off and jump on your dick. Like, it's just not gonna happen. So, yeah. Royal Styles, this is not a good mindset. No. I'm 5'6", but I'm obsessed with this girl. I'll show her that she will be mine no matter what. If I am 5'6", she will be mine. No, it's not very good because it will come off as very creepy and it will come off as like a stalker. Okay, like I said, you only want to basically explore this mentality with someone who likes you enough to basically get in the bedroom with you and is kind of acting like, well, I mean, basically, you have to get her turned on, okay, for this to happen. If you just start off with some random girl who you don't know and you say, you will be mine, I'm not going to give up no matter what, I'm obsessed with you, it will just come off as creepy stalker. Like I tried to explain earlier, okay? It's like some guy walking up to a girl he doesn't know, punching her in the face and being like, oh, I just domed you, bitch. No, you're going to get thrown in jail, okay? You are going to get written up for assault, bare minimum, okay? So don't do that. All right, this is something you do once you have done all the normal stuff. You've gone dates, you've asked her on a date, you've gone on the date, you've kissed on the date, you've asked her back to your place, you kissed her at your place, you made out at her place, you went to the bedroom, you kissed in the bedroom, okay? You're dirty talking. Now you can kind of sense, okay, she's submissive. What is she into? What does she like? Does she like this or that? And this is when like this part of role play, exploring sexual fantasies gets going, not before that. Do you know what I mean? So, okay. All right, guys. So, shall we do the next quiz? This one is going to be even harder for you guys. Okay. Well, I'll do an easy one before we go to the hard one, all right? So, it's an online dating profile. So he goes, I don't drink or smoke, and if you think that makes me boring, swipe left. How about a swimming pool date? A, it's nice outside, and B, we'll avoid any unpleasant surprises later on. Smiley face. Ice creams included. All right, guys, was this profile good or bad? Okay. Was it funny? Was he sticking up for himself? Was he, enticing about the ice creams? How will women take this? Will they like it? And if so, why or why not? All right, guys, what is the main reason here that women will really dislike this profile? Or I just gave it away. Fudge. Okay, but all right, let's just do that. What is the main reason women will dislike this profile? Which part? I'll read it one more time. About me, I don't drink or smoke, and if you think that makes me boring, swipe left. How about a swimming pool date? A, it's nice outside, and B, we'll avoid any unpleasant surprises later on. Smiley face, ice creams included. What part are women going to be like, hell to the no? Let me know. So you guys are saying, John says, what a dork. Game says bad. Q-Man says bad. Zachary says, wait. So then only divergences, a repulsive profile, insane way to present yourself to win. Why only divergences? Sean says bad, seems demanding and not fun, and only what he wants. Chief says, I don't drink or smoke bit was uncalled for and aggressive. Mitt Rom says, I like the pool invite so we don't get catfished, lol. Yes, only one of you has got the reason so far. What is the number one reason, guys, that women will not like this profile? Jennifer, hey, Jennifer. Wow, another woman. Welcome, Jennifer. Why? He says, ice creams. Are we swimming at a local college $3 swim? I can't accept that as a first date. Maybe if I was married, but not dating. Okay. A woman has spoken. Oriniesta says, bad cringe. Game Geek says, keep the wording positive. Royal Style says, the nerdy glasses. I'm amazed, guys. So many of you guys are missing a glaring, obvious thing. Dude says, it's okay not to want to drink or smoke, but he just comes off as too uptight. H says, unpleasant surprises. Roughneck Delta says, it's the unpleasant surprises. All right. Very good. Russell Cameron Thomas says, it's a fairly good profile given who he is, simple and direct, but drop the, if you think that makes me boring and avoid unpleasant surprises. Oh, you almost made me give you a, but I kind of agree with you with your caveats, Russell Cameron Thomas. But basically, with taking that out, you took out his entire profile, so I'm confused. So Q-Man says, selfies aren't a good look. Cringy, trying to be funny, but not. Samuel77 says, a swimming pool make girls insecure about showing up no makeup to someone they just met. Well, Samuel said, they're not going to be showing up, okay, because that's so bad. All right, I'm amazed, you guys. I thought this one was going to be so easy, but only a few of you are making it. So, Spare Rib says bad because it sounds like he's trying too hard to make it sexual with the swimming pool. Very close, but so close yet so far. Guys, I'm amazed. I'm amazed. You guys aren't getting this one. Lisa, unpleasant surprises later on. Okay. That wasn't what I was expecting, but all right, guys. Some of you got it right, and some of you got it horribly wrong. All right. Yes, I don't drink or smoke. That's mildly irritating. All right. So for those of you who said that, you're getting B's and B minuses. Okay. However, this is the real egregious error. How about a swimming pool date? It's nice outside, and B, will avoid any unpleasant surprises later on. So basically, he's saying, let me look at your body. Let me see if your body is good enough for me, because I'm the prize. Okay, so I'm going to be staring at your body on the first date, evaluating whether you're too, you got a flat ass or you're fat or whatever. This is not appealing for a woman. Okay, on the very first date, he's acting like, come meet me at a swimming pool. Let me judge your body, and then I'll decide whether or not I want to be with you. How appealing do you think that is to a woman who has multiple options, whose Tinder is crashing, for example, as mine did, okay? Because there's so many guys in there. How appealing do you think that offer is to a woman? As Lisa says, it's presumptuous and shows he is worried about the woman being a disappointment when he looks closer. Exactly. Well said, Lisa. So that is an offer that basically no woman, except one who is kind of too dumb to realize that's what he's saying, no offense, or one who has zero options, is going to take him up on. So everyone's going to swipe left, and he's going to get no dates as soon as they read the profile. All right? So yeah. Bizrack says, do you really think he thought if all that through? Obviously he didn't, and he's probably sitting there wondering, oh, online dating doesn't work for men. Oh, women don't know what they want. I'm a nice guy. I'm a good guy. Modern women are the problem. Feminism is a cancer. I should go to Colombia. There, women respect a nice guy. And so on and so forth, ad nauseum. And he doesn't even realize he's literally offending and disgusting and repulsing and repelling every woman with just a simple line in his profile. Yeah, Hedonese says, too many childless cat ladies around these days. Yes, no doubt he is loving all the childless cat ladies talk. For sure. Lisa also brings up a great point, which is, plus, it shows he doesn't know how to date women. That's another great point. He's telegraphing that he has no skills with women because he doesn't even know how to get them on a date, because he's repulsing them before they've even gone on the date. So it kind of shows he has no skills with women. This guy is not good with women. This guy must be a loser, basically. So yeah. Very good, guys. Eric G says, if you got no game in the West, you're not going to have game in... What flag is that? I mean, it might be easier, but you're still not going to have a game. Yeah, you might get women who want you for money, though. You might get women who want you for like a passport, though, or something. Yeah. Oh, the flag of Venezuela. Yeah, okay. I see. Very good. Or maybe you're from there, I don't know. So, Piraha says, is there any scenarios where it's okay for a man or woman to look through their spouse's phone, especially if they think they might be cheating, or is it a deal breaker? I mean, is it okay? It's not good. Okay. Could it perhaps be like a lifesaver because you could find out someone's cheating? Yes. But I mean, I guess you have to kind of realize, am I just like a wildly jealous person? And do I have real reason not to trust this person? Or could I save myself like 10 years of heartbreak and like financial devastation by doing this? I don't know. Like, for example, with my boyfriend, he lets me go through his phone. It's not like I would have to sneak to go through his phone. So that feels really good. And like same with me, like because we have a relationship where I mean it's kind of open. Like he could flirt with someone if he wanted. I wouldn't be like, this is emotional cheating. Because I know that our connection is very strong. Do you know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't be that big of a deal. So I don't know. All right, guys. So oh, Lisa says the audience is, did you mean improving? Over the last few weeks, they are starting to get it. Amazing. Okay, that is music to my ears. Wonderful. All right, guys, this next quiz I got for you is hard. All right, so just talk amongst yourselves for 1 second because I got to turn the AC up, okay, because I'm wearing something not suitable for this live. BRB. Okay. Whoops. Yeah, I'm clapping for myself. Yeah. Okay. So, all right, guys, let's go on to the next quiz. All right. Here we go. Explain this. And if you can explain this, you will be explaining, you will show a mastery. Well, you will show a high level of expertise in the female gaze, okay? So here is another post. Hello, my lovelies. I require your aid. I, like many others, tire of the naive little virgin trope. Right? This is in a book asking for, this is in a group asking for recommendations about romance novels. Okay. I'm looking for any and all recs you may have for a badass, bratty, sassy, FMC, I'm not actually, female main character. I want a boss bitch who only submits to the men, monsters, or otherwise who prove worthy. Preferably curvy / plus size, in her mid-late 20s, 30s. Why are so many books written about teenagers? Sex positive, please and thank you. Extra points if she's got a potty mouth, tattoos, and excitingly colored hair. 0 triggers. Prefer books with plot and world building, something I can sink my teeth into. All right? So basically, this girl has a fantasy, okay? And it's a fantasy she's looking for stories about. She's searching. Tell me a story. Someone find me a story about a girl who is not an innocent, naive little virgin, but instead is a badass, bratty, sassy female main character. She's a boss bitch. The thing the beta guys hate the absolute most. Boss bitch, no. Who only submits to the man / men / monsters who prove worthy. She's curvy. She's plus size. She's in her 20s and 30s. And sex positive. And she's got a potty mouth. She swears a lot. What? Submissive virgins shouldn't swear. That's not classy. She's got tattoos, and oh no, not the green hair of cat ladies heard around the world. Help, How woke. All right, guys. Explain this. If you can explain this, you're explaining a lot. Why? What is the fantasy? What is attractive about it to a woman? All right? That is my question to you. All right? She doesn't like virgins. She wants to be bratty. She wants to be sassy. And you can bet your ass she wants to shit test some guy, okay? What's sexy about it to a woman? Why do women like to shit test? Why I like to be badass? Why I like to be bratty? Why I like to be sassy? Why can't they just be nice, feminine, polite, smile, naive, innocent, classy, modest, submissive? Why wouldn't that be attractive to a woman like it is to all you guys out there, minus a few? Okay? And oh, what? She doesn't have long, blonde hair or black hair or whatever. She has green hair. What? Why is a woman into this? Can't she see this isn't attractive to men at all? All right. What do you guys think? Explain it to me, or I will fail you all. So, what is your answer? Exactly. She's fatherless. She's for the streets. What? All right. Should I read it one more time? Okay, let's see, where were we starting here? All right, should we read it one more time or not? Okay. She's bratty, she's badass, bratty, sassy. She's a boss bitch, and she only submits, but she's submissive, right? Because she only submits to the man monster. What? Multiple men? Oh Lord. Monsters who prove worthy. She's curvy. She's plus size. What? She's not fit. She doesn't take care of her body. She's not into fitness. Oh my God. She's not 17, 18, or 19, but under 23 for sure, because before she's hit the wall. And she's sex positive. What? Not sex negative? Oh no. She's got a potty mouth. Yeah. She's definitely not classy, guys. Tattoos, and excitingly colored hair. What's attractive about it to a woman? Okay? It's a tough one, guys. It's a very tough one. But if you understand this, you will understand a huge, epic blind spot of men, and something that many, if not all, many women instinctively understand. Okay? Let's see what you guys say. All right. So Eric says, oops, I thought that was another guy's profile. Haha, I wish. Vernon O says she's a bartender. Haley says, just joined. Are we waiting for what, Haley? And are you a woman, Haley, or a man? George Elder says she wants to be tamed. Vernon says she's the owner and bartender of a strip club. Matt says, I can fix her. Lol. Mitch Rom says, me too. Hedney says Harley Quinn. Good one, Hedney, because I do think Harley Quinn is an example of this archetype, yes. So JD says, wait. Spare Ribs says they need to see if a man can handle it. Okay. Good attempt, Spare Ribs. Good guess. Tommy says they want a guy to show he is more alpha than her. Very good, very good. Yes, I'm going to give you an A for that, Tommy. It's so Adam says not all men like that. I like women that are a bit crazy. I'm not going to lie. Yes, okay. Vernon O says she likes a man to show both emotional control, dominance, and the ability to put her in check. Yep. Okay, I'm going to give you an A for that, Vernon O. Lisa says, it's another side of every woman, and we all want to be able to express all of our sides and be appreciated for all that we are and can be. Very good, Lisa. thought that was going to be something different. Very good, Lisa. Yes. You are telling these guys something very important. That is a very deep principle of the female gaze. And trust me, I'm watching The Bachelorette right now. So many guys are just going left and right. It's going over their head. Yes. They always, jump to, well, we want a woman to smile. And we want a woman to stop feeling sad. And we're afraid of female tears and everything. And it's so true. Women understand. We want to be able to express all of our sides and be appreciated for all that we are and can be, especially the dark side, the negative side, the challenging side, the provocative sides that it's a lot harder for men to appreciate. Okay, so we appreciate it all the more if somebody can appreciate it. Yes, 100%. So Sean says she wants the man to demonstrate through actions and energy that he truly wants her and has the balls, wit, and persistence to get her. Very good, Sean. I'm giving you an A as well. Roughneck Della says she wants a masculine man who can dominate her, make her submit. Yes, so I'm giving you an A- for that. George Elder says she wants a man who rises to the occasion. She wants to submit to a dominant man. I'm going to give you an A for that, George, because I think it's true. Adam says, but the majority of men like submissive women. Well, here's what you don't get, Adam, or maybe you do, and maybe I'm just being rude for no reason. This woman is submissive. Okay, we'll talk about that in my answer. Evan Wells says freedom and fun. Yeah, I agree. It is freedom and fun. Tig says it's a woman who wants to read about a character who is like her or how she wants to be the fantasy, as she gets the attention of high value man without having to embody any of the qualities of a high value woman. All right. I see what you're saying, Tig, but I'm going to give you a see me after class for that. John says she fantasizes about a traditionally masculine man without the expectation of being traditionally feminine herself. I don't even think this woman wants like a traditionally masculine man. But I see what you're saying. Or Iniesta says she's a red flag. Yeah, this is exactly why I wanted to read this question to you guys, because I knew there would be a lot of you who's like mad about it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Let's see. Red Cobra says shows whether you're actually confident depending on how you react. Very good. Yes. Also shows whether you're the actual man she perceives you to be. Yes, I'm giving you an A for that. Very true. Q-Man says, I'll probably just go ahead and take another F and see what's up. Very well. So Russell Karen Thomas says she gets off on the emotional wrestling match and likes to exert her power desires, but then really likes to be best in the wrestling match. I'll give you a B+ for that. All right. Blue Bug says, I don't understand, but my boy bangs the skinny version of that girl all the time and he finds it exhausting, but he's addicted. Yeah, well, he's a brat teamer. They're in demand. I think it's cool. Vernon No says, should test equal emotional control. Bratty equals put her in her place. Able to submit to equals dominance. Not intimidated by her equals self-confidence. Okay. All right. I'll give you a B+ for that. Well, maybe I'll give you an A- for sure, Vernon. Okay. Well, maybe I'll just give you an A. George says she's screaming for a dominant, experienced man. Samuel says the stronger the test she pushes, the stronger he had to be in her mind to pass it, and thus more valuable. I'll give you an A+ for that, Samuel. Very good. Anil says she's breaking free from expectations. It's a power fantasy. I wouldn't really agree, but I could see how you could think that. Floyd says poly vibes. Dollar Traffic says exploration of personal desire. Yeah, I mean, that goes without saying. Steve says, I believe it's attractive to her because she can relate to that character. Also, if she is an alpha woman, she means she will need an alpha man, and the betas will be repelled. Very true, Steve. Very true. Haley says, is this quiz only for the guys? Everyone, Haley, and if you're a woman, all the better. Haley is wonderful because we get your actual perspective because, as women, I'm pretty sure we got a better grasp on why this is a fucking good fantasy, or one that other women would like at least. And they're kind of struggling to read minds here. So Cameron says, what is your erotic book recommendation? Okay, well, we'll get to that later. So, all right. David gives a great answer. I think that her fantasy is to be free of the constraints society puts on women, be thin, be nice, be a virgin, etc. Yeah, I think that's a big part of this, Fanny. I'll give you an A for that for sure. Bryce says, it doesn't matter whether it's attracted to men or not. It's a female fantasy. The male gaze is not important in this fantasy. I assume this character she describes like herself for some ways. Yes. It's about finding a true alpha who is deserving of her love. You know what, Bryce? I'm giving you a fucking A+ for that. It's so true. Adam says, sounds like a rebel. Yes. Game Geek says, most women are like this. You would be surprised. No, I wouldn't be surprised. Not at all. Zachary says, lol, I know these guys get butthurt that these women exist. Yes. Haley says, she has no idea if I liked him / was flirting. Wait. I didn't understand that. Okay. All right, guys. I will tell you guys the answer, all right? The answer is a very important concept, and I feel like I've talked this over on the last live, okay? It's the concept that you guys all need to know, all right? Because I think it explains a lot to you guys that is not obvious to y'all, all right? And that is the fantasy, the kink of the alpha submissive. That's what they call it, okay? Whether she's alpha or not is debatable, okay? But it's called, in kink culture, in the kink community, alpha submissive kink. All right. And what this is somebody who wants to be submissive, but they want some guy to earn their submission, to work for it, to fight for it, to earn it. Okay? Opposed to someone who wants to kind of like instantly submit. So with the alpha submissive, this involves more of a bratty, sassy, banter battle, okay? And she wants to be as alpha as possible, okay? Which you guys can perceive as masculine even. Like, what? She's not traditionally feminine? Oh, fuck no, I'm terrified. Yeah, she's not feminine, guys. She's trying to be as masculine, as outspoken, shit testing you, bratting you as possible because she's trying to attract a man who is not, oh no, this woman is too much for me. She is too hard to handle. A guy who can spar head on, who's not threatened, who's not intimidated, because he knows he's one step ahead of her, like the last girl wanted. He's more dominant. He's better at handling her than basically any other guys. I mean, there's so many folk tales like this, like, you know, a woman, like for example, Jasmine, even like in Aladdin, it's like all these suitors come to the castle to try, and she's like sassy, she's bratty, she can't be tamed. All right, you will hear this kind of sentiment in like many songs, like Miley Cyrus, Can't Be Tamed. Wasn't that her latest album? So it's this idea of the alpha submissive, a woman who's a wild stallion who can't be tamed except by the man who can match her, who is the correct match for her. And this is a big part of, in my opinion, female sexuality. Okay? I'm not saying every single woman is an alpha submissive or has the alpha submissive kink, but this is a big pillar of the kinks that women do have, in my opinion. And if you guys grasp this concept, you will see it in many different arenas. Like I said, Miley Cyrus songs, you'll see it in song lyrics. You know, another great song that is part of the alpha submissive kink is, have you heard the song Holding Out for a Hero? Okay? It's look that song lyric up. Okay, that's another song about an alpha submissive. This is throughout history. There have been many alpha submissives out there. Okay, even in the animal kingdom, alpha submissive is like a big deal. Okay, like for example, rhinos. When rhinos mate, the female fights the man, and she only submits if the man beats her. Okay, because rhinos are big, both powerful. All right, women and men. So yeah, not all guys can handle it, okay? Not all guys want to put up with all the bratting, the shit test, the challenge, not all guys are up for a challenge. However, the most alpha guys are usually, okay? And that's what they're looking for and that's what they want. And another big part of this is basically earning it, okay? Because a lot of guys, they don't want to earn it and they don't understand that earning it is a big part of the sexual appeal. Okay, like for example, they just want to say, I own you. And they think that's being dominant. But the woman, on the other hand, doesn't want to submit or feel submissive until she feels he's earned it enough to own her. Does that make sense? So there's a lot to this concept. I would learn it. I would understand it. I would not be afraid of it. I would not be scared of it. I would not be threatened by it. I would just kind of try to observe it, maybe just in popular culture and in your daily lives at first. And then, I don't know, maybe you won't be so scared of the shit test. All right? So does that make sense to you guys? What do you think? What are your thoughts? Put in the chat. All right, Austin, do you want me to block you? I'm going to put you in a timeout, okay? There we go. Sorry about that, guys. I just put him in a timeout. So, yeah, let's see what you guys thought. Thank you so much, Lisa. You are kind. Nani, thank you so much for your super chat. He says, if some of y'all are failing some of these questions, it's okay. Just be open and understand every perspective. Only way you'll learn. Wow, Nani, thank you so much for the encouragement, okay? That's very nice. Man to man, you are encouraging them, and I'm sure they appreciate that. Perhaps they're a bit sick at this point of being insulted by me, but you are like big brother to them. And I appreciate that a lot. And thank you so much for the super chat. What's the latest with you, Nani? I'm curious. So, and Nani, what do you think of the alpha submissive kink? Nani, he's a fighter. Like he does martial arts. A lot of the women who come to your gym, I bet they have a bit of an alpha submissive kink. All right, I think it attracts women like that. So Iniesta says, I understand, but it can be very toxic with stupid shit tests. Well, Iniesta, that's what I want you to reevaluate. Okay. So H says, there was an alpha submissive at the kink party I went to. I didn't really know what it meant until now, but she was cool, kind of like a bitch character. Yes, very interesting. H, yes. So Eric says that, and having to constantly lock horns with someone is just inconvenient. I don't want to have to spend every day doing that, but so be it. I will do what I must. Yeah, I mean, not every guy is cut out to be a brat tamer, okay? My boyfriend, he's like a natural brat tamer. I feel very lucky that I got him because I'm like, yes. And his attitude is, he's basically never had the attitude of like kind of being scared of strong women, being scared of a challenge, being scared of the shit test. So it's a very good mentality, but it's not for everyone. Okay. For example, it's not for Vernon. Personally not interested, not apologizing for that. But that's kind of another point which I wanted to bring up is so many of you guys who are into the red pill stuff, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like Well, I'll be a high value man and you be a high value woman. And that means you're modest, you're a virgin, you have a low body count, and you're in the kitchen. And it's like, this is not attractive to any women. And all right, if you have looks maxed, if you're high status, if you're super rich, you're Elon Musk or something, then maybe you're going to have women who are competing like, oh, please, like, I'll be your high value woman. But for most guys, they're just going to be immediately turned off by this, like, well, women must be in the kitchen making sandwiches and, all the stuff guys talk about. It's like, it's just not attractive to them. It's actually repulsive to them, and it appears weak, and it appears beta, and it appears insecure. And I feel like so many guys just think like they're having enough value to like demand things that women don't want to do and never will, when really women have the option, so they're just not going to do it. So if you guys understand the female gaze and the female fantasies, you will know that that's actually the exact opposite of the attitude that turns on many women, and it actually repulses and repels them because it appears beta and weak. Because what appears alpha in their mind is a guy who isn't afraid of a challenge, isn't afraid of someone strong. So I don't know if I explained that well enough, but yeah. So Tyg Smith says, Victoria, I see what you are saying, but you lost me with curvy. Curvy usually means fat. No alpha man wants a woman who doesn't take care of her health at the very least. Oh, not the fat phobia every time, Tyg Smith. Please, we get it, okay? You don't want a fat chick. No fat chicks. Oh, seriously, Tyg. Way to repel every woman in like a, 100-mile radius, but we're friends, so okay. Lisa says, Eric G., it only has to be done all the way once. When the man has proven himself, she won't keep doing that except maybe playfully. Cameron says, I think the problem with passing the shit test in many of these situations is doing it without being a total asshole. Yes, well, a brat tamer is a master of witty repartee. He enjoys the banter, unlike many pickup artists, like the one somebody we watched together on a live one time, where he just kept stopping the video, of his infield approaches or whatever, and he kept talking about, like, as you can see, she's shit testing me. And the woman was basically doing what all women are going to do, which is try to hold an interesting and witty conversation. But the guy was getting so threatened, okay? And he had no idea how to respond. But, from the woman's perspective, it's just roll with the punches, joke, banter, tease, like, let's have fun, basically. So, yeah, it's not easy to do for everyone, but that's what they want. Q-Man says, sounds like a lot of work, all this earning and whatnot. Yes, it is a lot of work, okay? It's a lot of you guys just want the woman to do the work, and you don't have to do the work, and she somehow wants to suck your dick and be your submissive housewife, and it's just not going to happen without you also working. As my friend Philosophy Junkie says, everyone wants a sex object, but no one wants to be a sex object. So Nani says he got tricked with some of these questions, but he loves it. Okay, which one did you get tricked with? So, all right. So, Game Geek says, Nani says, definitely there's a lot of alpha women in the gym. They don't take shit from us men. Yep, they probably alpha submissives. Game Geek says, I like alpha submissive. Feels more rewarding when you're able to dominate them. Yep, Game Geek, you probably got a little or a whole mountain of brat tamer in you waiting to be explored. Chief says, brat tamer, LMAO. Yep, look it up. So, this doesn't sound good, Patricio. Every time I tamed a brat, I treat them like trash when I get them. I think that's the reward. Treating them like trash doesn't seem good, but I don't know if she's a brat mixed with like a humiliation and degradation to the extreme kink, maybe, but it doesn't sound good. Or Iniesta says, I like submissive women who have high standards who want a real alpha. Then Roughneck Delta says, wouldn't most masculine men be turned off by an alpha female? That's a myth. We talked to Beardo. I asked Beardo that on one of the last lives he did with me, and I said that. I'm like, well, would they be turned off? And he said, no, I don't agree. I don't think so. Okay? Because a masculine guy isn't threatened by a woman, or at least that's the way women want to feel, and that's how some guys do feel, and not everyone, of course. All right, first of all, we have to define masculine, because you guys are all masculine because you're all men, right? But a guy who has the traits that women associate with masculinity, that the good traits associated with masculinity that women really like, we'll call that masculine, they're not threatened. They don't even see a woman who's acting masculine as masculine. That's part of the fantasy too, with the whole brat taming stuff. It's like a woman could act masculine. A woman could be wearing like coveralls covered in dirt and working in a mine and being like tough and trash talking, and the guy still sees her as kind of like a beautiful princess, basically, because he's so masculine that, you know, he sees through her masculine front and he still sees just like the femininity within. That's part of it. That's part of kind of the kink, the fantasy. It's like, I'm testing you, I'm challenging you. It's like a rhino, like bluffing, right? Like just charging and then stopping. And the guy's not threatened. The guy's not scared because he's like, I'm the man. I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you. That was cute. That was adorable. But you don't threaten me. You don't challenge me. I'm not actually intimidated by you. But a guy who is scared and the woman charges him, he's going to run off. Help. Help. She scared me. And the woman's going to be laughing. Tee. I'll wait for a real man. You know what I'm saying? In that video I made about 10 things girls secretly crave, I talked about the snow leopard scene in Planet Earth, right? When that's an example of the alpha submissive kink, okay? When the snow leopard, she makes a call, right? And she's calling out for a man, and men, like male snow leopards, they come to find her from like hundreds of miles away. When they get there, she hisses, she bats at them with her fist, right? And the guy's kind of just like, whoa, 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 whoa. But he's not scared. He stays, okay? He's not like, oh, well, men are the prize. Wow, I've never experienced such disrespect in my life, and I have no idea how to respond to this masculine female. I'll try to find a woman. I'll try to find a cub who doesn't know much, and maybe that will be enough challenge for me. No, he's like a fucking male snow leopard. He's not intimidated. So this is the kink. This is what they like. This is what they find attractive. Do you get it? Yes, Mitt Romney. The exact opposite of drizzle. The exact opposite. So, all right. David Gonzalez says, witty, brainy ladies are the best. Exactly, David. This is the mentality they like. Floyd Renner says, those kinds of banter are great for sexting practice. Yes. Roughneck Dell says, so if I come across a brat, should I turn on brat tamer mode? Well, if you know she's a brat for sure and you're getting in the bedroom with her, you can ask her, are you a brat? Because if she's a brat, she probably like identifies as a brat. Then yes, you should go into brat tamer mode. Vernon says, it's not really red pill, it's just having a woman always challenging you when you just want to relax and enjoy her company. I get it, Vernon. I get it. I'm just saying it's not really a female fantasy, that's for sure. Okay. All right, guys, you did great. You did wonderful, guys. I think I'm getting a little tired. We already spent 2 hours, so I think I'll bid you adieu, or rather, that sounds a little too final. I'll bid you good night. Okay? This was a great quiz, guys. I loved your answers. I hope you learned something. Let me know if you did or didn't. You can tell me you didn't. Okay. I'm gonna reserve any kind of negativity and insults. I'm turning on empathy mode. All right, guys? So, insults, throw them in the trash. All right, guys. I hope you have a great day, or night, or afternoon. And, only Divergency seems to have an epiphany. I once dated a girl who said she was a brat, and I responded by saying, "No, you aren't bratty, you're sweet." We stopped seeing each other after. Uh-oh, only Divergences. Well, you learned something tonight. Yes, that was a big mistake. Only Divergences, yes. And as you well know after this talk, so wonderful, wonderful. Grasping things. Good night, everybody. Adam says, it must be hard being a female dating coach online. Thank you so much for the empathy, Adam. I really do appreciate it because you have no idea. I'm ripping my hair out every second of the day with it. Not you guys, though. The people who come to my lives, I'm a huge fan of. I love you guys because you are my well, I'm not going to say you're the people who are actually interested to learn, in my opinion. So I really appreciate that because I'm like, okay, they're whatever they say in the chat, whatever negs they try to throw at me, not that most of you ever do that, but it's like you actually are interested to learn. So I do really appreciate that. It makes me feel, all right, you guys deserve to hear the truth, okay, about the female gaze and everything. So that it means a lot because with the other commenters, I'm just like, why do I want to tell you my secrets? You give me literally nothing except hate. It's just too hard to like tell them the deep dark secrets. I'm like, why do I want to help you? No, I want to crush you because you tried to be so mean to me. So it's hard to kind of overcome that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Jennifer says, I've never seen content like yours. Always learn something new here. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much, Jennifer. And I really appreciate all the women who came. Lisa, Jennifer, Haley. If I didn't get a confirmation, Haley, but I'm pretty sure you're also a woman. Thank you guys so much for coming and sharing your perspectives in the chat because it's hugely important, in my opinion. All right, guys. Bye, everybody. Oh, and if you want a consultation, it's a link in the description when this live is posted. All right, guys? Have a wonderful night. You can always get those consultations with me if you want to talk one-on-one. Yeah. All right, guys. Bye.